Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be checking out the newest episode of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, Episode 8, or Episode 55 overall, Tokyo Colony Number 1, Part 2. I've been loving the hell out of this season, as I do with like all of Jujutsu Kaisen. But last week we kind of ramped up the culling games aspect, and like we're in the games now. I'm expecting the combat and battles and things like that to ramp up quite a lot now. And at the end of last episode, we had Itadori and Megumi being led down two different paths, which I'm imagining one of them is the right path to the guy they're trying to see, and the other one is not. So I'm excited to see how that plays out and what we have to get offered in this episode. Because I also believe the dude we're going to meet is like a big fan favorite character. So let's not waste any more time and get right into this episode. If you're new to my channel, this is more of a watch along than a straight up reaction, so if you'd like the audio and or full video without me blocking the screen, you can just sync up with my copy. But other than that, I'll give us a countdown. 3, 2, 1, start. Right into the opening this week. But yeah, I think the guy's name is Higuruma or something along those lines. I don't know a lot from him, like, J3K is a hard series to stay away from spoilers, so there is quite a lot that I do have spoiled for me. But at the same time, I don't think that will matter much to me, and I want to say the only thing I know about this dude is I think he's like a lawyer or something like that. Um, but yeah, I don't actually know like super in depth anything about him. I just know he's popular, and I could be wrong, but I swear he's a lawyer. I always love those giant shots of like the barriers. It's almost like the whole idea of like superstructures in like an apocalyptic setting is so cool to me. I also saw that the comedian guy, which we've only saw like a tiny glimpse of him, but his outfit that's in this opening is based off a real comedian in Japan, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that dude. Banger. Let's get to it. In Japan, 99% of criminal trials end in. I think I might be right. He is a lawyer. Oh, that's a really cool. Interesting. I'm wondering. I wonder if we're actually just going through a criminal thing. I was honestly thinking that it could have been a. It could be a curse or something that's responsible for the murder. Well, that's trippy seeing her rotate one way and the fan do the other way. I love this guy's voice actor. I know who it is. I cannot place it at the moment, though. Oh, nice guy. Oh yeah, that's unfortunate. Uh, that's super. Not my point exact. Very shady. Higuruma. It, so it does appear he's lawyer. I'm actually really down for this. I'm a huge fan of Daredevil, and this is a. I was not expecting it get like something like this in this episode. I'm actually here for it though. Good guy. Very Daredevil esque, actually. It's every time. I'm also worried this chick is gonna die during the. And Higuruma, if I remember right, he has a ton of points, right? In the Cullen games? Ooh. Jazzy type music. I'm here for it. Unfortunate. I do potentially seeing him help us out, though. He seems like he's a man with pretty noble ideas. That is a fair question. I'm absolutely loving his character already. This is 0% what I was expecting going into this episode. But I am here for this. I'm so worried that like this is pre-Cullen games and or the Shibuya incident. I'm so worried that like he's gonna get crushed in it. That's fire shot. I'm I could see him also possibly understanding Itadori. I can see almost some parallels. For believing in him. Yeah. That means so much to someone who's so down on their luck. Even if it doesn't always work out, just having someone on your side, guilty life sentence. Ooh. I love this first person shot. He's becoming very disillusioned with the lock. Can't fucking speak. Uh, that shot was. Oh yeah, yeah. Comes right back to that. I could see him very much going in the mind of like a judge, jury, executioner type of person. Mm, cut back to reality. That is fire. I'm loving him already. I have fucking chills. Oh, so this is where Megami is going. What an intro to this episode. Oh, this is the dude that Itadori is following. Mm, yeah, I can very much. Dude, I could have sworn people told me the writing in this arc was so bad. I am obsessed right now. The music this episode is fantastic. I love that we are not doing typical type stuff this season. You guys fucking have no shot against Itadori. Dude is a different breed of human. I mean, not even. I don't even know if he's entirely human, considering he was. I was gonna say his dad is, who his mom is, I guess. I don't think Megami's buying this shit. Oh, dude, don't. He's fucking is. Never mind. Is Reggie. I thought that's what his name was. Is he wearing a bunch of talismans? Or what were all the... Oh, yeah. Let's get him. The only thing I know about this fight... Actually, I think it's this fight. I know one thing with an upcoming Megami fight where he, like, summons an elephant or something like that. Is he in a bath? No, but I've been in the water like that. You're a fucking psychopath, is what you are. Wet clothes is the worst feeling ever. Interesting. Quite the. Oh yeah, his mental definitely went a little bit of a after that moment in the trial room. His technique was activated. So did his technique activate in that moment we saw earlier? How much does anyone know about this Cullen game? Yeah, I assume he's a incarnated one then. I wonder what he's I was gonna say I think he might yeah, he might be enjoying some aspects of it. Plan B or C. What's plan A then? It's actually I've been thinking about this since we revealed him. Higuruma's got to be insane potential because he was a regular warrior, I think. Yeah, I was thinking that too. That there was less going on than I was expecting. Ah. I was wondering why it dropped him out of the sky. Oh, so he wants to essentially create a world where laws are inherent to the world itself that cannot be broken. I cannot wait to see how his fighting style works. He looks like he has a Shikigami summon. Because I think he's not going to be a physical fighter. I think it's going to be very technique based. Motherfucker has a domain expansion. This is hard as fuck. I have full body chills. That's the bomb from the OP? He's just gonna nuke it. I mean, he did mention against Mai that he really appreciated his conventional use of her conventional use of weapons. Oh god. Is that like government type people that he's there talking to? Maybe trying to make some sort of deal with them in exchange for access to a bomb? Not at all what I was expecting for that episode, but I'm here for it. I already love Higuruma. Um, I hope him and Itadori. I think based off everything we saw of him before he became a sorcerer, I think there's a good chance that him and Itadori can come to some sort of connection to each other. Um, because I saw some like parallels between them and the way they like looked at the world and things like that. I think there's a good chance we have make friends with them by the end of this fight. I hope so, anyways, because if he's a one-off character, I will be a little bit sad because I'm already in love with him. But I don't think they would give a like half a episode backstory to a one-off character. Um, but I really enjoyed this episode. Not what I was expecting at all. As I said, I thought we were gonna be like straight up like fisticuffs all episode. Um, and I feel like I was lied to. Unless it drops off a cliff, I was told the writing in this arc was dog water. Like by multiple people. That shit ain't true at all. I'm already so invested. God. I cannot wait for next week. I want to see how his fighting style works. So I can't believe he has a fucking domain expansion. I know the joke is that Megami is like the potential man or whatever. That people always make jokes about that in the community. It's fucking Higuruma. Dude he was a modern dude that was a lawyer, became a sorcerer, and fucking has a domain expansion already, and like a complete one, not um like an incomplete like partial one, like the first time Megami used his domain expansion. It looks up straight up like a fucking complete domain, which is really cool because from what I've gathered from like the courtroom scene, and then what we saw when he summoned his domain. I think the idea is that his sure hits are gonna be, it's gonna be like essentially like a trial of some sort, and I'm so here for that. This has potential to maybe be one of my favorite techniques ever in the show. Because I'm always, ever since, I think Daredevil is one of the first characters, but I'm a real sucker for like the lawyer type characters, and just like um this also kind of goes into like the judge, jury, executioner type of trope as well. Like from Judge Dredd. Uh yeah, I'm very fascinated to see how this goes in. We have a part 3 next week. I wonder how many parts this is going to end up as. But I'm very, very intrigued to see how this plays out now. And I hope he can become kind of part of our group, at least for this arc. Because I could see that being really cool. And it's not like he's got like an evil plan or anything. His plan is honestly kind of like very noble. Because he just wants to essentially make laws, which can be a downside. But if they're perfectly accurate and like defy like rules of the world almost to incur punishments, you could realistically like set up an ideal society of no criminals. You literally cannot break the law. But it's also a very kind of dark look on that, because as far as I can tell, when you're stripped of your technique, which would be like the punishment, it would be in death. So like every crime would be a death sentence, I think, which would be pretty frightening, but it would also create like a idealized utopia world. So I understand like what his purpose is. So I hope Itadori can show him that there's like another way, and that this probably, it wouldn't work that well because it's a part of someone else's plan. I think this is something that would only work if like Higuruma himself was the one that set up the barrier, set up the culling games himself, so there wasn't like an outside force manipulating it and using it for a certain reason. So I think that's something Itadori will have to get like through to him. And I think Itadori, even though he has like Sukuna in him and he's like killed essentially a lot of people, Itadori is like a very pure soul. And even though it's like darker and he's like just a cog in the system now, that really isn't gone from his character, because that's something that is like a core trait to yourself. Like Hiraguruma said earlier in this episode, he's tried to get rid of that habit, but it's not possible. So, yeah, great episode. I really loved it. We got to spend so much time with this new character. I love that whole sequence of uh yeah, getting to see like all of his lawyer type stuff, and like the music this episode and the animation was also top notch. It's Jujutsu Kaisen though. They barely ever fail. I think last season had one episode that looked a little bit off, and then some that were like slightly unfinished but still looked incredible. Um I We're in for such a treat. I am sad that we did lose Goso. I just butchered his name. I apologize. Um but I don't think, hopefully that will affect the production as much as some people are expecting. And I'm very hopeful, because as much as like Mappa is shit on, and rightfully so, for some of the working conditions and whatnot, the series itself seems to have so much passion behind it, and it's not just slop that's being put out. It's essentially like a super passion project type thing that's maybe a bit too corporate, so it gets pushed out a little bit too early, and like deadlines and budget and things like that are a little bit stressful, I'm sure. But the actual work that's being done on this show is incredible. A lot of more recent animes, I've noticed they've taken a more unique approach to animation, and they're really innovating on it, which sometimes does, I won't deny, lead to some janky scenes, or some that maybe flow a little bit weird. But for the actual like animation itself, it adds so much, and it propels everyone's animation into the future to be so much better potentially. Because I feel like there was an age in like when we switched from like hand drawn animation to digital animation, that there was almost like kind of a dip, and I feel like more recently it's really shot back up. Where now I feel like digital animation can really truly compete to like some of the old school hand drawn stuff that is like just incredible to this day. Um, so I love that we're going this approach with a lot more popular mainstream series. Um, but yeah, I've been yapping for a while. I was already late at getting this video up. I was something about this episode just really connected with me, and I loved it. But I'll catch you guys all later, next week or throughout the week if you watch any of my other reactions and whatnot. But see you later.